Hey guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I am so excited that you decided to join me here today for another video in Create-A-Sim, where we will be taking an iconic family from The Sims 2 and recreating them in The Sims 4. If you have not seen any of my other videos doing this exact same thing with different families, you can definitely check them out if you want to. I have already done the Pleasant family, the Broke family, the Spectre family, the Grunt family, and the Smith family, which led us to the Curious family. That is who we're going to be looking at today. I am so excited for this. It's been a bit of a series at this point. Now, I don't know what other families I'll be making. I think I want to make the Beaker family because they have been getting a lot of mentions throughout the other videos, including this one. And maybe the singles as well, Chloe and Lola singles, who I'll be mentioning throughout this video a ton because they are related to the Curious family, or a part of the Curious family, I should say. But if you have any other ideas, definitely let me know. I think some people have noted some of the Veronaville families, like the Summer Dream family and stuff, so just drop them in the comments and I will see what I can do. We are going to start off with Pascal Curious. I always loved Pascal because when you load up The Sims 2 and you jump into their household, he is pregnant with an alien baby, and that just always excited me. But Pascal, I don't remember the exact age between all three of these brothers. I don't remember who's older in the middle and then the youngest. You could probably sort it out like if you looked at their memories in The Sims 2 as to who came first, but doesn't really matter. So Pascal has black hair and dark blue eyes. I'm actually going to make a slight adjustment to his eyes right here with all of you because I want his eyes to actually be dark blue. And I'll go over this in detail when we get to this point, but let me just... Oh, maybe that's the darkest blue I can do, even with the eyes in game. Okay, anyway, so he has black hair and dark blue eyes. He is a Scorpio. And in The Sims 2, he has the knowledge aspiration, which all of his brothers share. Actually, they all have the knowledge aspiration. Now, he works in the science career alongside both of his brothers, and he is a lab assistant. I did not check what level of the scientist career this was, but him and one of the other brothers here are both lab assistants, and then I think it's Lazlo who's a field researcher, but we'll get into that. So when we're looking at Pascal's personality, he is extremely neat, reasonably shy, lazy, and kind of grouchy-ish. Like he's in the middle between grouchy and nice. So I was leaning towards more so the grouchy side. I don't know why. Maybe you feel differently. Maybe there's some flexibility there with his personality. But he is very, and I mean very, very serious. So he's a very serious sim. He's kind of shy, kind of lazy, kind of grouchy. It seems to all mesh together, but again, very neat. He is not sloppy at all. Now, when we look at his interests, he is very interested in politics, the paranormal, weather, travel, and sci-fi, which does not surprise me. The Curious brothers have a fascination with aliens. We'll go into potentially why that is very, very soon. But yeah, very much into sci-fi, which is an interest that he shares with both Vidcund and Lazlo. Now, he hates sports, though, and he hates work, and crime, and entertainment, and toys, and fashion. When this little alien baby comes into the world, he's going to have to get over his hatred of toys, because they'll probably be everywhere. Now, as a reminder, when we're looking at his family tree, which I don't believe I'm going to put in this video, but of course he has Lazlo and Vidcund, his brothers, but remember, they're also the brothers of Jenny Smith, who is married to pollination technician number 9 of the Smith family. And they have 2 half-sisters who are alien twins, Chloe and Lola. Now, the twins were born to their father. Again, I don't remember if it was prior to them being around. I don't know. I'd have to, again, look at the memories and kind of see how that breaks down. But yeah, they have 2 half-alien twin sisters. And let's see, they're only acquaintances with one another. That's what I was going into, the relationships. So for Pascal specifically, he's acquaintances with both of his brothers, with his sister Jenny, General Buzz Grunt of the Grunt family, as a reminder, who absolutely hates aliens, but seems to kind of get along with the Curious brothers, maybe a little bit. And looping back to the half-alien sisters, Pascal has no relationship with them. They are not in his relationship panel, so I'm not really sure what that means. But here's where things start getting kind of fun. Not that that wasn't fun, but this is where things get a little bit more fun. So he is enemies with Loki Beaker. This is why I have to make the Beaker family. And he's friends with Nervous Subject, who is the love child of Olive Spectre and the Grim Reaper. Yeah, I love how this lore all ties together. Now, here's the thing. I actually learned this, I believe, from watching a Juno Birch video, okay? Which was so fun. It was like a little nugget of information. Pascal is actually coded towards attraction to masculine sims, to male sims. So him being friends with Nervous Subject, my belief, and I think this has been solidified, is like Pascal and Nervous Subject, like they're soulmates in my head. And I think I said the same thing in the Spectre family video because I added Nervous Subject into that family for the sake of creating him. I wanted him to be with his family and not the Beakers because they're awful. But I believe that Pascal and Nervous Subject should end up happily ever after. That's my opinion. Now here's another interesting tidbit that I found. So when you look in the memory system of The Sims 2, you will see that Pascal has actually lost a fight against General Buzzgrunt. So they fought before, I believe it was probably when they were teenagers or something like that. And I think one of the other brothers also has a memory of fighting Buzzgrunt. So even though they're not enemies or they don't hate him, they've had a not so great history with him and they have remained acquaintances. I'm not sure if perhaps the relationship bar is like right on the cusp of dislike or enemy status. I don't really know. I'd have to go into the game, which I don't currently have installed, so can't really do that. Now, another memory, which makes things a little bit dicey, is that Pascal was rejected for his first kiss by Cersei Beaker, who is now Loki Beaker's wife. That's fun. It gets even juicier as we get to Vidcund, who's going to be coming next. Well, really excited. So there's just like a lot of drama going on there. Now, the Pascal brothers, the Curious brothers, were recreated in The Sims 4 to celebrate the 19th anniversary of The Sims back in 2019, I want to say. And for the Sims 4 version, he has the nerd brain aspiration. He's unflirty, neat, and creative. And then he also has the quick learner trait that is associated with that aspiration. Now, looking at his personality, I think that works perfectly fine. I'm not really going to make any changes, but make any changes that you see fit. Also, if you download the version from the gallery for The Sims 4, he is indeed pregnant with an alien child as well. I did not do that. I'm going to let you know right off the bat that I did not make Pascal pregnant with an alien baby. So when you do download this family, just be aware of that. I just made them and I went ahead and selected like their familial dynamics and all the other things, but I did not make him pregnant with an alien baby. So I'm going to leave that up to you. As I have mentioned in the other videos, for the everyday outfits, I did not pack restrict myself, nor did I restrict myself from using custom content, which we will go over in just a moment, but every other category of outfit is base game compatible / friendly, if you will. So for some of these Sims, it's going to be pretty easy to have them look exactly as they do in my game and your game, even if you don't have CC or all of the packs. That's what I was trying to do, make them a bit more accessible. However, Pascal does have some custom content. He is wearing all of my skin defaults. I put them on every single Sim I create. If you would like a very detailed breakdown of those skin details that I put on all my Sims, I would highly recommend watching my How I Create Sims videos. There's a part 1 and a part 2, and I go over every single item in great detail with links and all that stuff. Everything will be linked here too, but if you are curious as to what those things are, because I won't be breaking them down today, definitely check those out. So Pascal's hair is base game, which is fantastic. His glasses are from For Rent, and the only additional piece of custom content he has is considered a face paint, but it is the Chroma Eyes overlay by Golly Haha. It just kind of makes the eyes look a little bit more realistic. It's a tad difficult to see behind the glasses here. But yeah, he's pretty much CC free as well. And again, all outfits are base game. Actually, I think even his shirt is from For Rent. So he's basically a For Rent Sim. Let me actually just check. Yeah, that's Growing Together. My bad. It's actually Growing Together. And then his shoes are from, I just want to check quick. Oh, Discover University. But here's the thing. And all of these zip files that include the tray files, and the custom content for these families, I also include a text file that lists all the packs that are required, but I specifically call out items such as sneakers, for example. I might say like Pascal sneakers are from Discovery University, easy swap to something in base game. And that's what I try to kind of supply for you all. I try to give you all is just like, hey, by the way, even though it requires this pack technically with this item, you could find a super easy swap with base game. I mean, even his shirt, honestly, you can choose whatever t-shirt you want. He will still look the same. I can't lie to you. I think Vidcund and Lazlo were probably my favorites. It's so difficult to say that because I loved Vidcund's look. I loved that Pascal was having an alien baby, and I also loved Lazlo's look. I really did. So next we are going to look at Vidcund, though. He is a bit more CC intensive compared to Pascal, but in The Sims 2, Vidcund had blonde hair and light blue eyes. He is a Scorpio. He also had the knowledge aspiration, same as Pascal, and again, works in the scientist career as a lab assistant, same exact job, same level. Now, he's also extremely neat, so I feel like him and Pascal probably get along in that sense. And he's very shy, but also very grouchy. Vidcund's not the nicest sim. He is more so active and he's pretty serious, so I'm kind of seeing that thread a bit with these two, with Pascal and Vidcund, that they're kind of more so on the grouchy side. They're very neat, they're very serious, and I think it's because they are just very serious, aspiring researchers when it comes to aliens and outer space and all that fun stuff. Now, he loves the paranormal and the weather and the environment and sci-fi, which we expected, but hates food, sports, entertainment, culture, fashion, and animals, to name a few. And now in TS2, did I just say TS2? In The Sims 2, if the player prompts Vidcund to use a telescope upon loading up the household, he will be abducted by aliens and impregnated. So when you load in, you'll already have Pascal who's expecting an alien baby. And if you go ahead, I believe there's a prompt that actually pops up for you to be encouraged to have Vidcund explore space with the telescope. And yeah, he'll get abducted and he'll get pregnant too. So you could have 2 alien babies if you wanted to, like almost right off the bat. Now he's acquaintances with Pascal, Jenny, Nervous Subject, General Buzz, and a woman named Crystal Vu, who we will mention a bit later as well when we get to Lazlo. But he is best friends with Lazlo, by the way. So him and Lazlo are really, really close, whereas he's only acquaintances with Pascal. And I think I know what kind of pushed things in that direction. Though I think Vidcund, when I was looking at the memories, Vidcund and Lazlo became best friends when they were young, when they were like kids. But here's the thing. So Vidcund has a crush, actually, on Cersei Beaker, which is interesting. Cersei Beaker is, of course, married to Loki Beaker, as a reminder. And Cersei Beaker, as you recall, rejected Pascal for his first kiss. And things get even dicier, because in his memories, Vidcund has a memory of kissing and dating Cersei Beaker. So there's some teenage drama going on here. Pascal tried to get his first kiss from Cersei and she rejected him, kissed his brother, and then dated him as teenagers. That's probably why Vidcund and Pascal are not super close. They did break up though prior to aging into adults, but he still has a crush on Cersei Beaker. And I believe he's also enemies with Loki Beaker, just like Pascal. Like the Curious brothers do not like Loki Beaker. He is a villain. He even looks like a villain, honestly. I don't like him. He's not a great guy. So yeah, there's kind of a lot going on. It doesn't have to necessarily do with like the scientific research, though I might go out on a limb here and say that the Curious brothers are probably more so ethical researchers and scientists. And it goes without saying that Loki and Cersei Beaker are not, because they are running experiments on Nervous Subject in their basement and have been doing so for a very long time. He is imprisoned in their house. So there's a bit of a dichotomy there, one could say. Now in the Sims 4 version, again, Vidcund has the nerd brain aspiration, just like Pascal, but he is a loner, a geek, and neat. Again, I don't necessarily see a problem with these traits and everything. I think it's pretty spot on. I would say maybe because a lot of them, him and Pascal are neat. Maybe if you wanted to explore a trait to replace neat, because that's something that you could kind of achieve passively in gameplay, as an example, and maybe you want something that kind of rounds out his personality a little bit more. So for example, you could do like good or loyal or even jealous, like maybe Vidcund's a very jealous sim. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. But Vidcund does have some custom content that I want to go over with you all. So his hair, to start, is a custom content hair. It is the Marco hair by Sims Trouble. I believe there's only one version. There could be two, but I only have the one version in my game. We have some hairs in game that absolutely resemble this that you could choose from, specifically in base game and maybe get to work. I'm thinking there are a couple. So it's not a requirement, but I think it absolutely matches his whole overall look. I love Vidcund's look. I just really do. And I always love that he had sunglasses. Now, you could probably tell at this point too that he does have custom content sunglasses. These are the XOV sunglasses. I believe there's two versions. I have both. This is the version that you actually wear correctly, and the other version sits on top of a Sim's head. And I think they're both under the glasses category, so you'd have to pick one, unfortunately. But yes, he does have custom content glasses. There could be some options in game. I believe in the Sims 4 version of Vidcund, they gave him sunglasses to wear 24/7. I personally just didn't like the look, and I knew I had these in my game already, so I thought they would be perfect for him. And last but not least, he does have a facial hair that's custom content. It is from the Vault Facial Hair Collection by Urban Sims, and this is Goat 2.0. Him and Lazlo actually have the same exact facial hair, but again, you could probably find one in base game that would suit him very well. And of course, he has all of the other default skin details that I put on my Sims on, as well as the eye overlay as well. Just like Pascal, all of his other outfits are base game compatible. I didn't really go for an exact color for him, but I ended up choosing a lot of green for I think all of them, just because of their fascination with aliens. But yes, everything is base game friendly. Now, the only thing I will point out is there are a few items from base game, or that are in base game, that used to belong to previous packs. I mentioned this in my last video, and only like the first 3 swatches, for example, are considered base game, and the rest of them are still tagged with the pack they came from. I don't know if this item in particular is like that, but just be aware of that. It could impact the packs that are used, but I try to be mindful of it to the best of my ability. Last but certainly not least, we have Lazlo Curious, who I think came out so stunning. I really like my version of Lazlo. So he has black hair and brown eyes. So he's got the black hair just like Pascal. Vidcund and Jenny are kind of the odd ones out with the blonde hair. I find that kind of interesting. And he doesn't have blue eyes like everyone else. He has brown eyes. I don't know, brown eyes are dominant, so I'm kind of doesn't matter. I'm curious. Anyway, so he is a Sagittarius. Again, he has the knowledge aspiration like his brothers, works in the scientist career, but he is a field researcher, which I believe is probably a step or two above the lab assistant role. So he's a little bit further along in that career than his brothers, but that's an assumption. I did not double check that. Now, he is super sloppy in comparison to his brothers. He is not neat, so I have a feeling that even though Vidcund is his best friend, they probably get sick of him being a complete and total slob in the house. That would be my theory, because they're super neat and he is literally just sloppy, like the epitome of. Now, he is mostly lazy as well, and grouchy, kind of like his brothers, but he is very outgoing and he's playful, so that's kind of in contrast to his siblings as well. Now, he really, really likes sports, money, entertainment, the paranormal and sci-fi, of course, hates crime, weather, health, the environment, and fashion. Don't necessarily know how that would translate over to The Sims 4, but doesn't matter. Again, his best friend is Vidcund, his brother, and he's acquaintances with his other brother Pascal, with his sister Jenny, General Buzz, and Nervous Subject, and this is where Crystal Vu comes back around. He has a crush on Crystal Vu. So maybe he wants to go steady with her, you know? Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I also find it interesting that Pascal doesn't know her, but Vidcund does. But I guess because they're best friends, maybe they talk more and they've met kind of the same people. I don't know. Now, in the Sims 4 version, he yet again has the nerd brain aspiration. He's outgoing, a goofball, ambitious, and again, a quick learner. I like that. I think the goofball trait and the outgoing traits really do fit him, considering his personality in The Sims 2. Ambitious, I'm not quite sure, because he really doesn't like work, but he is doing well at his job. So maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't really know. I might want to make him nosy just for funsies, but nah, I'll just keep him. I'll keep it. I think it still works for him, but I will go ahead and keep it for now. He does, again, have some custom content, his hair and his facial hair specifically. So his hair is actually a medium length hair from the Heartstrings collection by Oakley. I sound like a broken record, but we have plenty of hairs in game that resemble this that you could absolutely utilize if you didn't want to use this custom content. And he has the exact same facial hair as his brother Vidcund. It's the GOAT 2.0 from the Vault's facial hair collection by Urban, as well as all other skin detail defaults that I put on, and the eye overlay, the chroma eyes by Golly Haha. And that's Lazlo in a nutshell. He is mainly base game aside from his t-shirt, which is from high school years. Again, you could find a t-shirt that would work for Lazlo if you are a bit pack restricted, if you didn't have high school years, and everything else is a base game. I kind of went for blue and purple with him, and I don't know why I did that. I don't know. Some choices that I made, I just don't know why I made them. I think it was just because we're kind of limited on base game items, so I was trying to just change it up. But that is the Curious family in a nutshell. I tried to make this video faster, but tell me if I'm talking too fast, skipped over important things, whatever the case is. Give me your feedback. But overall, I hope you all enjoyed this one. I am going to be packaging up the tray files and getting everything prepared, and I think it'll be in the pinned comment down below for you. So you can download them if you would like, as well as all the CC and the list of packs that are used. Hope you all enjoyed this. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you next time I post a video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.